Guys, it's Levi. Hey, I'm really excited about the video today, and I'm actually going to use a horse today for it. So we're going to talk about leading. I get a lot of questions about leading, what's right, what's wrong, and it's actually, there's really nothing right or wrong if you got the plan down. If it's your idea, if you're intent, it's right. Okay, so I want to remember that. So what we got here today is Dixie, and she's fairly new. She's been in the program for about a week, but she's still a little bit pushy, so she'll be a perfect one to talk about and just work through it a little bit to kind of show you what I'm looking for. So appreciate for tuning on. If you could, hit the subscribe button to follow us along because we're going to be dropping more videos. And also, if you could if you have a question or whatever it may be, feel free to email us. That would be awesome, and we might use your question for the next video. Email is beachyhorsemanship@yahoo.com, and we'd love to hear from you and your questions and all that good stuff. So, anyway, let's get right to it. And I'll just kind of show you the stuff that I work on. So, when I get a pushy horse like her, I tend to get them to lead more behind me. And the reason that is I want to move them away from me so they're not right on top of me. So if she does make a little mistake where she crowds into me, it's not right on top right away. So that's why I want to give her a little space and get away from her. Now, how I was taught back in the day was, man, you don't want to be that far out. If your horse runs forward, they're going to run right over you, which is true, very true. But what we want to do is work so that don't happen. We're not going to just be way up here and forget about what she's doing behind us. We're actually going to work. We're going to exercise so that doesn't actually happen. So this is how I was taught back in the day, is grab her way up here and lead her around. You know, it's actually not wrong. It really isn't. It's whatever we're looking for, that's what we're going to make happen. So if you want to lead your horse this way, like this horse totally leads this way, and that's okay. But she's a little bit pushy. That's what I don't want. I don't want her to push me. And if she's right here, she's constantly pushing past me. So that's the stuff I'm looking for. I want her to stay away from me. So when I have a pushy horse, I love a stick, and I got that reach. If you don't have a stick, you can also use the back of your rope and do it. That's okay. Whatever you choose to use. If you're good with a stick, that's fine as well. But if I have a standoffish horse, they tend to lead right next to me all the time. Pushy horse, get away from me. Standoffish horse, like a lot of the Mustangs I've worked in the past, I do a lot of leading right next to me for them. Because every minute I want them to be next to me. Next to me. I really want to remember that. Right next to me when they're pushy, or right next to me when they're standoffish, and when they're pushy, they have to lead away from me. Remember, both of them is right. There is no wrong on how you lead your horse as long as your horse understands you. So, but the biggest thing is to be clear. To be unclear is unkind. So I always want to remember that. You have to jot that down, do so. To be unclear is unkind. It's not fair to them. That's our job as the teacher to make that happen. Okay, let's get right to the walking. I'm going to just take her and walk her over through here a little bit. You're going to see how far behind she is. And then I'm not going to just ignore it and walk and not do anything. I'm going to walk. And then I want to be able to get her away from me a little bit. Back off of me. And I walk again. Her to crowd me here. Now I'll stop again. See how she crowded right up into me? Get her to back up. Now, we have to make sure your horse knows how to back and go forward before we do this. This is after they know how to lunge and stuff. So if a horse doesn't understand this stuff, this is not the right exercise to work on. Go again. And stop. Very nice. If you see her legs step back there, she was ready. Now, if she wouldn't have stepped back, I'd have just tapped her back. So if you notice, I'm doing stuff. I'm exercising before she gets past me. Now, I'm going to just kind of walk and let her do her own thing, and you'll start realizing how quick she catches up with me. I walk. I'm not going to do anything for a second. You see her approaching. There she stopped, caught herself. Forward again. She kind of starts pushing on me here a little bit, like right there is too close. Too close. So when I stop, her away from me because we worked on this. Get away from me. Get away from me. Very nice. Very nice. So when I first started her a week ago, she would, like her nose wanted to be here. If I'd spank her back, she'd go way out and around. And I don't want that. I want her to honor my pressure. Then once my horse gets broke, I get rid of the stick. Because now they actually get used to my hand motions and stuff. So when I'm walking, turn back around this way, I'll show you. When I get walking here, switch my hand so you can see my hand good here. I walk forward. My horse is behind me, and when I want him to slow down, I'll just pick up. If you notice, she stopped. That's perfect. So I walk out again. When I pick this hand up, needs something. She stopped again. I like that. That's my little bitty cue. So the average person, when we're watching this, we're going to miss that because it's so minor, and that's what we're looking for, is to get it so little in our horse to understand it. Very clear. Remember, to be unclear is unkind. So that's what I'm looking for. When I pick that slightest little hand up, she got that because we've been working on that. If she didn't, that don't matter. I'm going to just turn around. I'll use her as a guinea pig, and I'll just spank her. I'll just spank her. Get away from me. And remember, I got rid of my stick because she's way more knows what's going on. She's way more into the exercise. She understands. So we can get rid of some of our tools and just use my rope. Got it again. Very black and white. I'm paying attention to what's going on. She gets a little close. Very good. If you notice, I didn't stop my feet. And if I come at her here, her to know what this means. This is very important. It's very important that she understands the cues, like the backup. And so that way, when we need it in this leading exercise, she understands what it means. And again, if she wasn't worked for 2 days, she'd be really pushy again. It's not that she's seasoned in the leading. We have to constantly stay ahead of her and really get her to where she understands what's going on. So eventually you do this enough, they get seasoned, and then they stay doing it, they understand it, they're not worried about it anymore. Send her around and we'll do it again. Walk back up here. Remember, she gets a little pushy. Pick that rope hand. Pick up. She's totally caught onto that. She stopped moving. So I'll walk forward again. Stop. Beautiful. Now, let's just say she just blow through me and she doesn't care. She is like totally flipping me off. I'm going to just stop, and I'm really going to start backing her up. Just back her up. Because now I'm kind of getting after her and saying, hey, next time when I do that exercise, I want you to be on the button and really help me out here. Don't just do it because I'm asking. I want you to help me. So that's what I'm looking for. About again. Pick up my hand. Ooh, nicely done. And she stopped. She's waiting on my cue again to ask her again. I love it. Pick up. Love it. She slowed down again. Really like this stuff. Now, let's say she's totally seasoned. And now she's ready to lead next to us, right up close by us. She's actually not, but I'm just going to show you. So now it is okay to lead her right here. You can lead her forward here, right next to us. Even though she tends to really get pushy right here, when I'm leading, you see me having to hold her here because I don't want her to walk past me. Good. Very nice. So when I'm leading in general, when I'm right next to him, this is about where I want my shoulder. I want my shoulder about even with their ear, somewhere in there. She doesn't have to be like even with my shoulder with her nose, but somewhere even with her ear, right in line. That's my red line. If they pass that, I pull them backwards. They have to know what that means too, to really get that. So remember, to be unclear is unkind. Really get that registered when you're working with your horse. This is with any exercise. It's not even just this one. It's anything. So I hope this helps you for moving forward with your horse for these little exercises and tips. So if you could, like I said, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you watching because we're going to be dropping more cool videos like this and we're going to do some riding videos. We're going to do a little bit of everything, but if you do have a question about anything about a horse, we can answer it, we will. If we don't know the answer to it, I'll say I don't know either. So, but if you email us, meetyouhorsemanship@yahoo.com, that would be awesome, and we may just use your question for the next video. Thank you for watching.